I think we're all told your life is going to go a certain way. You go to school, you get a job, buy a house, get married. You do what is asked, you take what is given. You give what you can. You live. You die. The rules, the instructions, the shoulds, they all live inside your head. They live in others' heads too, and that's why we call them normal. But nothing truly is normal, so why settle for what you've been told? When you can have all of this. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my humble abode. I hope you're having a beautiful and blessed day. I will be taking the next couple of weeks to tell you about the decision that I made to move into my car. With this series, I hope to show you how easily, how quickly you can make fundamental life changes. This series is going to be broken up into a few different parts. We'll be getting into all of the nitty-gritty of what it's like to live in a car, what my system is like, both what I do within my car, what I have to do outside of the car. I'll also be offering some advice about things that you really should do before you move into your car. And finally, my overall perspective, if this transition was worth it, what I would have done differently. I thoroughly do not believe in advice, but my intention is to provide guidance, an atmosphere of safety, security, and curiosity for you to explore what a new reality might look like for you. A little bit of background. I am currently, please note currently, still employed, working a full-time corporate job. Right now I have a pretty standard 9 to 5 schedule. I'm living in a 2003 Lexus RX 300. I bought Pablo back in 2020 as a stopgap measure during the pandemic. This is what the person who sold him to me said. You're just using this for getting around town, going grocery shopping, whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. 30,000 miles, multiple trips to either coast. What, 3 or 4 cross-country moves later, he's still kicking, and he's a sweetie. I'll make sure that you get to know him much better in the following videos. I have been living in my car for the past 3 weeks, so I have a little bit more understanding of what it's like out here, what I need, what I don't need. This will be with more information than I started with. I certainly did start this in the most chaotic and complicated way possible. We are officially in the experience of having landed, and I'm home now. I am currently living in my car. I will have to figure out how to shit, how to brush my teeth. That's all just part of the process. Truly, truly, it does not take much at all to make a very big leap into the unknown. This series is both for you if you're actually considering living in your car, or if you're just morbidly curious how I've been doing it. I hope that either way you will enjoy it and stick around. The first step of any big decision, any life change, is setting an intention. So that's what I want to invite you into today. For me, moving into my car, my intention was simplicity. I wanted to learn just how little I needed to survive. I had gotten into a state where I had so many things and so many requirements, so much that I felt reliant on, that it was very difficult for me to tell what I truly needed, and I felt quite trapped. There were life circumstances that were coming up that weren't ideal. It wasn't what I wanted, but I didn't feel like I had the freedom to leave it because there were all of these complexities to my life. Life likes to make it abundantly clear to me when it's time for me to leave, and usually I don't have the strength to do that. But this time is different. Wasp, sign of spiritual growth. Basically, 1 year ago, I came here and did my first ever ritual. I was living in a $2,500 one-bedroom apartment. I spent $25 just to enter this park. And today, I woke up outside of a Hyatt Grand Hotel. I got ready in their bathroom. We drove here at 5 in the morning, and I just drove straight in to watch the sunrise. So much is changing, but it also feels like it's all becoming what it's always been. An intention is kind of like the grappling hook that you're sending out into the future to bring your desired reality into life. It's not only the desire or the need, but it's also the feeling. An intention is how you direct your body towards knowing what is right, what is true, and what is meant fully for you. The more focused you are, the stronger you are, your knowing of what it truly feels to have accomplished that. And the energetic state that you're in the present moment determines how quickly that outcome, how clearly that outcome can be obtained for you. And if you're not big on energy, whatever, that's fine. You can just think of it as a goal. The more that you can tune into your body, the more that you can allow the sensation of your body to be meaningful to you, the more that you'll be able to work and act with intention. The ignition of your intention in any given situation is that feeling of excitement, that feeling of security, of certainty. You can only be certain if you have some direction that you're already trying to go in. It's the polarity, the reaction of your reality to that direction that determines if you're moving in the way that you want to be moving. It can be quite difficult to determine what your intention is. I've struggled in the past in knowing what I wanted. My spiritual mentor is always saying, if you don't know what your intention should be, just start with clarity. Your intention can be allowing your surroundings, your curiosity to inform your next step. It can be asking for the signs. It could also be very pragmatic. If you are considering moving into your car, likely intentions are to save money, to have more flexibility. That's part of my motivating factor as well. But also, I'm a little bit more passionate about having adventure and rich experience, having ease and comfort. And so at times, I will make decisions that aren't necessarily the cheapest possible decision. If your main intention is to save money, you will make the cheapest, most economical possible decision at every route. And that's totally fine and beautiful if that is the case for you. We'll get into it later, but certainly paring your life down into a car is a great way to learn exactly what you need in any given moment. You really need so little besides the decision itself and the strength to follow it through. I look forward to getting into more of the nitty-gritty of what my experience has been like and some practical tools to guide you in your own journey. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you soon. I do want to acknowledge that this isn't necessarily always the reason why people are living in their car. There might be a privilege dynamic or anything a little bit crunchy about this. Yes, largely I did have a choice in this matter. I understand that not everybody who is living in a car necessarily has that choice. I do want to recognize the level of privilege that I do have in approaching this decision and not be overly flippant about what I'm experiencing. I'm just sharing this from the perspective of how this type of a process and this type of life challenge opportunity has been able to inform and improve, well, I don't know, improve my life. And I'm not saying everybody needs to move into their car tomorrow, although that is probably suggested by the title. I really encourage you to find parallels in your own life, the changes you're looking to make to step into a reality that is more aligned with who you are and to know who you are more fully.